Brother, it's been a long day. Producing ain't easy.
It ain't easy at all, man. You know, I just got a crash course.
Oh my
in production.
goodness. Lighting, all of this stuff.
Sound.
Nah, listen. Movie crews, TV crews, shout out to you lot because this is not an easy job.
Everyone below the line.
Yeah, honestly, it's
Shout out
tough.
to you guys, man.
But we're ready.
Yes.
Here for some reviews. Yeah?
Yeah.
Got a lot of stuff planned.
Kick us off with the intro.
Yeah, I'll kick it off. All right, guys. What's going on? Welcome back to the Small Time Critics podcast. Thank you for joining us. I'm one third of the Small Time Critics. My name is Moe.
Mohammed Hashi.
And it's just two of us today. Gonna bang out some reviews. Gonna talk about Oscar nominees, so watch out for all of those videos that are gonna be coming out. But yeah, for this video, as you can see from the title, we're gonna be talking about The Kitchen.
What's happening?
Want to know what it's like, right? This is war.
The Kitchen is out on Netflix right now.
Yes.
Directed by Daniel Kaluuya and Kibwe Tavares.
Yep.
And it is their directorial debut.
Yep.
And
I'm not too sure if it's Kibwe's directorial debut, but it's definitely Daniel Kaluuya's.
definitely W. Kaluuya's, yeah. Okay, cool. It's funny, we saw the trailer for Monkey Man recently, right? For Jordan Peele's production company.
Yes, Monkey Paw.
Dev Patel is directing it. Dev Patel's directorial debut. Daniel Kaluuya's directorial debut, and they both came from Skins. It's cool, isn't it?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
you're
pretty
right.
cool.
It's pretty cool.
To see how far they've come. But yeah, let's talk about the movie. I mean, it's starring an actor who is I don't know how to describe Kano.
Kane
To
Robinson.
some people, it might be Kane Robinson. To me, it's always been Kano.
Against all odds.
Kano's the guy, and obviously he showed his acting chops over how many seasons of Top Boy? 6 seasons?
I think so, yeah.
6 seasons or something like that. So he had the Summer House ones and then the actual Top Boy. And for me, he was the standout all the way through. He was incredible.
In Summer Boy and then the Top Boy Drake.
Summer House, man.
Oh my goodness.
Who's Summer Boy, brother? Summer Boy, come on, man. Hey, but Kano is incredible, and obviously he is the lead in this movie.
Yeah.
Alongside Jediah Bannerman,
Yes.
who it's his debut,
Yes.
which is pretty incredible, actually.
Very good young actor.
Yeah. But yeah, The Kitchen, Hash. Do you want to do non-spoilers first?
Yeah.
All right, hit me.
So this movie had such a great concept, such a great premise for me.
Right.
Yeah. Which was really, really good.
Yeah.
And I thought that with that premise, with the potential of the story and the world in general,
Yeah.
that this could have been like an incredible film. For me, I have to be honest, I think the execution didn't match the premise,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Yes.
And the characterization
Yeah.
didn't match how heady and how kind of advanced that premise could be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because with the premise, which we'll get into, of a kind of like dystopian world
Yeah.
of London, and kind of like a segregated part. You know what I'm saying? And the themes of, you know what I mean?
Social issues.
Social
and
issues, class, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And segregation, and kind of commenting on apartheid and stuff like that.
Gentrification.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Like ideas that are being explored that weren't really fleshed out, if I'm being brutally honest with you.
Yeah. I hate that we agree because I want us to have opposing views on these kind of things, but I have to agree, man. I thought, not enough. For me, it's like, it's not enough character development mainly, right? And I thought this movie probably could have been shorter than it was even, especially, even though it was, because I felt like there was a lot of montagey kind of stuff that was happening. And for me, it's kind of like I wanted to get through that to get to like the meat and potatoes of the movie. But in terms of performances, I don't really have any gripes. Kano, like I said, he's
Solid.
For me, when it comes to dramatic roles, I don't think he can do any wrong, honestly.
I think Kane Robinson, Kano, has potential to be one of our great leading men. Honestly,
He can do it. He can do it.
He commands.
Yeah.
He commands the screen. He can lead a movie on his own.
Yeah.
He's so good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I think Top Boy shows that.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys already know from our Top Boy review my feelings on Top Boy, but I think
on the last season of Top Boy. Overall, you've liked it.
overall I liked
Yeah.
it. But last season, yeah. But he throughout everything, even the season that I did not like, even in that finale
Yeah.
of Top Boy,
Yeah.
he was still fantastic.
He was the one constant in it.
He was fantastic.
Yeah.
Had the best line in the whole, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the fight of the finale.
Oh my God, what was that line?
Something I don't.
If we're not something with food, and I can never be food. Oh my days, that line, I was like,
Such a great.
oh, that was great.
And yeah, and he's so good at playing vulnerability. He's so good as someone who's such a macho guy.
Yeah.
In most of the roles he takes, he can really, really show empathy
Yeah.
and pathos.
Yeah.
And I just think he's a phenomenal actor, and he's going to have such a great career going forward, honestly.
I really hope so. He has one of those things where it's like, I've always spoken about Daniel Kaluuya is like probably right now, for me, the best at acting with his eyes.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to say anything.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the same with Kano.
I'll even go one further. Daniel Kaluuya is like our version of Marlon Brando. Just a really, really great actor.
Oh wow, that's crazy compliment.
Because he's so good at playing at subtleties.
Yeah.
Like his performance in Nope.
Yeah.
How that wasn't.
Yeah.
Is incredible. And then he can also turn up the volume, as in like Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
When he can really, really turn it up.
Yeah.
He's just an outstanding actor.
Yeah.
And he's gonna obviously he's already got an Oscar. He's only gonna get better and better and better. You know
Daniel Kaluuya, yeah. I want to see back to Kano really quickly. I really want to see him in a comedic role.
Yes.
I really want to see him in a comedic role.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
I think he can do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Even though we haven't really seen anything, maybe like lines here and there and Top Boy or whatever, but I really want to see him do a comedic role. And I think he would do incredibly in that. People need to seek him out, honestly, for their projects because he's incredible, man.
So should we get into spoilers now?
You ready to get into spoilers? All right, let's get into spoilers, guys. The spoilers, if you ain't seen, I know we do non-spoilers very short, but we do it for the people that, some people can't watch, movies immediately, so we just do a little something for them, and if they like it, they can go and watch the movie. But if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it and come back. It's on Netflix at the moment. If you don't care, stick around, whatever. It doesn't matter. But before we get into spoilers, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when we upload. And just spoilers. All right, cool. Chat to me.
So obviously this is a dystopian kind of movie set in London, future London, where the kind of titular kitchen is an area, a zone, where people of a certain economic class, like working class basically, live. It's predominantly people of color, but there are many, many white people that live there. And it's a real community that are kind of together.
Yeah.
They look after each other kind of thing. But of course, with that kind of like environment, there's also kind of crime and stuff like that. And there's a criminal element. Yeah. And the opening of this film, that starts at the highest, and watching it at the film festival, like on a big screen. And
so you watched that at LFF, right?
Yeah. It was so incredible. And I'm looking, Ken actually came that day.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, this is so amazing. You know what I mean? This is incredible.
This is the first scene.
It's the first scene, and they're wearing these wonderful masks, that part of the world where it's basically, obviously you're already aware, because most people watched it who are listening to this, but it's kind of like Air Max's, like it's kind of like based on trainers, the mask, like Air Max's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's like Nike 270s and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it's really, the world and that kind of like the costume design is really, really cool. The motorbikes, all futuristic, like Kano's motorbike. I'm not allowed to drive a motorbike because of my mum. Yeah. You know what I mean? But if I could, I want Kano's. But whatever Kano's got, you know, I want that bike. And
bro, I remember when when my brother randomly bought a motorbike home one time. But that one was like, what the heck? Like, what? Bro, like a week later, it was gone. It was gone.
Sold.
It's sold, bro.
Yeah. So it starts. So the movie starts with a heist, and it's not a heist for money, which is incredible.
Yeah.
It's a heist for kind of food and supply and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the robbers are basically like Robin Hood, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a very kind of altruistic way of thinking, but there's obviously a dangerous element to it, innit?
Yeah.
And I thought it was such a great way of starting the movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
We get a sense of the world and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the kind of stakes of the world and things like that. And I thought that was an incredible start. And then we kind of get introduced to Kano's character.
Yeah.
And then the young boy as well, and kind of their connection and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And could it be his dad and stuff like that? And that's the kind of whole question in the movie.
So that's my problem. It was too predictable.
Yeah, of course. Again, this is where the movie falls down. Is it kind of goes back to very kind of tropey, formulaic kind of storylines.
Yeah, a little bit.
To try and be able to kind of bolster the premise.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And I just felt, and the fact that we kept on going back to it, and it got very repetitive kind of thing, and we kind of knew where the story was going to get to towards the end, and it got to where we all thought it was going to get to.
Bro, in the beginning, when the kid is talking to Kano and he says, my mom says my dad lives in the kitchen. I was like, okay, so that's your dad then. Like immediately I was like that, and I was just like, this kind of, I don't know, it took away a bit of the movie for me, man. So, it is what it is. But I want to talk to you quickly about the character Staples.
Yes.
Who is played by, I want to get the name right, Hope Ikpoku Jr., who was actually in Top Boy. And from what I hear, I don't know if this is actually confirmed, so I don't want to put rumors out there. Maybe this is me putting a rumor out there, I don't know. But he left, he wasn't in the last season of Top Boy.
Yes.
And I think he left because of not enough story for his character.
Yeah.
Not enough character development being planned for him and stuff like that. But I think you can see from this movie, and I don't think his performance was this otherworldly performance, it was incredible. It was good, but you can just see from this movie that maybe they effed up in that sense with him in Top Boy. He can do more, you know what I mean?
He can do so much more.
So yeah, I have to rate him, his part in the movie, he performed really, really well, I think. Yeah, so, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is, you can't, these writers and directors and so they can't get it all right, innit?
Yeah.
So.
What did you think about the whole aspect of where Kieran's character works?
On who, sorry?
Kano's character.
Oh, yeah. I heard they're doing stuff like that now, the plant stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I've heard, I don't know where it is, but I heard about a concept of that happening and things like that. And I don't know, man, it was interesting he's basically, in a sense, working in a cemetery.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just depressing as hell.
I guess a funny scene was when he was trying to get, what's the young boy's character's name?
Oh, the young boy's character's name, I got it right here. Benji.
Benji, when he's trying to get him to talk to the people and say it's trying to basically sell it to them, and he's doing such a terrible job.
Was a funny.
That was a funny scene.
That was a funny scene. Yeah.
What do you think about how Benji was getting into the wrong crowd and how he was
hey, that's what happens.
Breaking Bad.
That's what happens, man. It's he doesn't have his father around, which he kind of does during this movie in a sense, but he didn't have his father around. His mother passed away at a young age. You're gonna a lot of people, they're gonna look up to the elders in the ends. Do you know what I mean? For guidance and stuff like that. And Staples was the one to put his arm around his shoulder and just be like, "Come with us," kind of thing. And most young people, their impression, they were like, "All right, cool, whatever. You're the one who's looking out for me."
Yeah.
It is what it is. It made sense for me, is what I'm trying to say. Do you know what I mean? So,
but it's interesting. Obviously, what they're doing is inherently bad. I think it's just moral and ethical wise.
Morally, yeah.
But you see how fair he is with his guys, and you get a sense of where their living arrangement and how it's fair, and how they take it. They take in Benji and they say, "Look, here's a place to sleep.
Yeah.
You eat with us. You joke with us."
Their values are in the right place.
Yes.
Their intentions are good because they want the people of the kitchen to thrive like everyone else outside of the kitchen. But it's just, I guess, maybe the way they're going about it is wrong. But then also there's a conversation of, what do we do then? Do you know what I mean? If I don't do this, no one's going to listen to us at the end of the day. So it was cool when they kind of cornered the police at the end. They just started throwing stuff at them.
And again, this is the issue, with the end of the film, you're expecting something else. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
And again, there's weird kind of choices in terms of cinematography, of lingering on certain shots, which didn't really have anything to do with the storyline. There was one where they're getting pelted from the top, and you just see it. You see it from the point of view of one of the police officers.
Yeah.
And there's no real reason why that's the case, because it immediately just, you know what I mean?
But do you think that was just to show the emotion of the police at the time? Oh my God, we're stuck. What are we doing? Because I think one of them was it's getting through.
But again, wouldn't it be good to linger on that and maybe have a story within a story kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Again, these things are maybe a very, very small things, but in the ultimate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Part of the ultimate kind of picture of the film, it didn't really work. But something that did work for me, and it's not just because I'm an Arsenal fan.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Here we go.
What do you mean?
Here we go.
Wait, no, what do you mean here we go?
Here we go.
What do you mean here we go? What?
No, but you know what? I love him.
How can you not love him?
I love him, man.
Ian Wright.
I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I love him, man.
Ian Wright is in this film.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Lord Kitchener.
Uncle Righty.
Uncle Righty. Righty's House, great podcast. He wasn't, again, maybe it's because of his performance, maybe because of the way the film was edited. We didn't get a full frontal shot of Ian Wright, like a full like of his face.
That's true. It was always from the side, isn't it?
And I was wondering, was that because they had to kind of cut around his performance, maybe stuff like that, or he only had a certain amount of days he could shoot, or something along those lines? We only really got him from the side and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think he was great.
The best shot you got of him is when he was dead.
Yeah. Even when he's getting arrested.
Yeah.
It's camera shaky, you know what I mean?
I imagine there is a reason for that, though. I would like to know, actually. That's interesting. I never thought about it until you just said it. Yeah.
But I thought he was great.
He was good.
His line reading were fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Live and direct from the kitchen.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to lie. So that stuff was broadcast out loud, right?
Yeah.
My head would go. I can't handle that. Waking up in the morning.
Him, yeah.
It's Lord Kitchen alive and direct from the... No, shut up! I'm trying to sleep. That's too much for me, man. But I agree with you. Ian Wright was great.
But there's more they could have done with the premise. Like, obviously, they had the technology of the mirrors.
Yeah.
And stuff you can do on that. It would have been good to see what else you could do with the world.
Yeah, it would have been good to see, like, maybe Kano having a conversation with him, maybe in some sense, talking about the kitchen and the situation that they're in. I also thought maybe it would have helped to have some, like, political, governmental interactions, talking about the kitchen and showing how much they don't care, maybe. Do you know what I mean?
That would have been great.
I thought that would have been all right too. Another thing I also want to touch on is Benji's little love story that I feel like was just kind of thrown in there and didn't mean anything or whatever. Like, me and you, we talk about setup, payoff. That was, I feel like, was just thrown in there, honestly. I didn't really see the need for that. Like, I feel like if they cut that out, it would have... And that's what I mean, like, the beginning of the review when I said that this movie could have been shorter than it even was. And it wasn't even that long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, there was... Yeah, a lot of this movie was filmed in my area, man.
I know. I remember you saying this. Yeah.
I ain't gonna say what area it is, but it was filmed in my area. It was actually filmed in a lot of places, but...
Probably where you live,
Yeah.
I could tell as well. I think... Overall, I love the premise. I enjoyed watching the film, but it just kind of fell short.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because I was really rooting for this film to be
Me too.
top level.
Me too.
But again, like, you know what I mean? It's...
What do you think about
the studio system, I guess.
What do you think about it? Obviously, I'm not sure about Kibwe Tavares, but being a first attempt for Daniel Kaluuya, how do you feel about it?
Very,
like
very
that,
serviceable.
in that sense, yeah.
Very, very good. I think it wasn't the best debut of last year. I think for an actor, one of the best debuts was Michael B. Jordan for Creed 3, I thought.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And I thought,
Yeah.
because you can actually see him directing, and there's a real point of view that he's trying to show. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to use the anime conventions.
It was creative.
Well, it's really creative.
It didn't work for everybody, but for the people it worked for, it worked.
Yeah, whereas in the kitchen, it was a lot paint by numbers, kind of very, very classical studio directing kind of thing. Which,
I do want to ask you about the visual effects.
Yeah.
The backgrounds and things like that. How did you feel about it?
Again, a lot of it you could kind of tell the CGI and you could see it. And and again, this is one of the... I think that's more of a Netflix issue.
How so?
Because Netflix films, they a lot of them are filmed a certain way unless it's a production that's already... Unless they buy the rights for
But this wasn't like filmed via like Netflix studios, right? They picked it up, or not? Am I wrong?
I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure that Netflix were part of the production.
Yeah. Is there anyone else you want to talk about this? We had Back Row G. Shout out you.
Yes.
Back Row G was great in
He
this.
really was good.
What did he say? He said, what the secret ingredient is cardamom. I grow my own cardamom.
He's a good actor, man. He's a good actor.
He
He was
was
in a
great.
great short from a future guest, the director that we're going to have. He was in his short film.
Is he?
It's the star of that short film as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Called
that.
Sticks of Fury. Great short film. Please watch it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to get the director on very, very soon. So.
Yeah. Did you notice also, what was the name of the, I forgot his name. He used to do skits and stuff like that. He was in the movie Demi Ladipo.
Yes.
Yeah. Initially, for some reason, because I'd seen pictures when they were doing like promotion for this and I'd seen pictures and whatnot. I was seeing pictures with him and Daniel Kaluuya together.
Yeah.
And I, for some reason, thought he was Kibwe Tavares. For some reason, bro, but he's not, obviously. Yeah. But, I don't know. I just like kind of like like as soon as those raids kept on happening, next day he was out of there. He was gone, man. And it was the same thing Kano wanted, you know. He wanted to go and have a better life outside of the kitchen and whatnot. And it was a great line one. He said, like, I'm saving myself here. If things get on top, I'm out of here. I'm not thinking about anyone else. And we saw a bit of it in the middle, which I thought was cool, where he didn't take Benji with him, but then he came back for him and stuff like that. Yes. Which, this was another gripe. There was a scene near the end where Kano comes to Benji, right? Benji's in bed crying and not. Yeah. He's like, what are you doing here? Get out and all of that stuff. Where the hell was that? And how did he find him? I don't know. Like, in terms of continuity, I didn't understand like where we were sometimes and how like it was a bit strange for me. That kind of took me out of the movie a little bit too.
Yeah, and that scene where they're in bed and he's asking him about like if it's his dad and stuff like that and his mum. Yeah. And he's just like, go sleep. Yeah. He's like, go sleep. Yeah. It's just like a really, really dead scene. You know, you couldn't see their faces. Again, didn't really work for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, I have to disagree, actually. Those ones kind of work.
That works for you?
Those little montagey ones, like when he's, like, he lets him move in, then he gets the lamp, and he goes, look,
that was great.
Those kind of little things, those work for me.
That worked.
Yeah.
That was actually funny. Yeah. The whole pillow thing, that was very funny.
And seeing, like, their relationship get better and better.
But that scene where he's asking him about stuff, and Kano's character keeps on saying, go to sleep. Yeah. Go to sleep. Yeah. That was dead.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Nah, I get it. You got anything else you want to say about this movie?
That's everything.
That's everything? Yeah. We've got to do SEC schools, man.
Yeah. You go first.
Damn it. I like to bounce off of your score. I will give this... I have to take context into consideration. It's his first directorial debut. Things like that. Performances were cool as well.
Were. I think, obviously, because Daniel Kaluuya is an actor, the performances were very good.
Yeah, they were. I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
I'm going to give it a 6.5 because I thought the acting was very good at times.
Yeah. The acting was great. Kano, please, brother, do a comedic role. Please. I don't know if it's in your sights or if you care about that stuff.
If he does do a comedic role, he should play it straight and have like he should be the straight man. Yeah. And then have someone like who's the actual funny man.
Do you think he should have like deadpan humor?
Yes.
Almost kind of thing. Yeah.
That'd be so much more funny.
Yeah, he would be great. I think you would be great. I don't know if it's in your sights or if you care about that stuff, but I would love to see you do a comedic role. I think your timing would be on point. Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be great. But yeah, I mean, that's the review for The Kitchen, directed by Daniel Kaluuya and Kibwe Tavares, starring Kane Robinson. And yeah, I don't know. Go in the comments. Let us know what you guys think. Yeah. Like, comment, and just subscribe. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to subscribe.
It's free.
It's free to subscribe.
It's free.
You know what I mean?
It's free.
Help us out, man. We're not here like other what am I trying to say? Content creators trying to be outrageous for no reason. You know what I'm saying? We're just here to review movies because of our love for cinema.
Yes.
So share it with your peeps that love movies and things like that.
Cinema,
you see? But yeah, guys, hey, we'll see you guys soon. Peace.